Today's Daintree report is a scathing report. It goes to the very heart of the Andrews government, abuse of process and a complete lack of integrity. Soft corruption, grey corruption, call it what you like. It's all corruption. This is a government, after so many adverse reports from integrity agencies, this is a government that is mired in corruption. It's in its DNA. It starts at the top. It starts with the Premier, Daniel Andrews, and the way he governs. He strikes fear and intimidation into those who work for him and inside his government, whether it's in his private office or it's in the departments. His own staff take out and carry out his commands, pushing public servants into areas they know are wrong, and they shouldn't be allowed to do it. Today's report, as you can see from all of the reports we've laid out, is just another in a long and growing line of corruption scandals in this government. And it shows that nothing's going to change. We have a system under the Premier's leadership that sees processes skirted, a government that looks after its mates and puts its political interests before the public interest. The Premier has been in office for over 8 years. How many more corruption scandals and reports is it going to take for the Premier to recognise that he's the problem? After so many years, and with him as the problem, how can we find an answer? The Premier is the problem, and he can't be the answer at the same time. So the time has now come for the Premier to seriously consider his position and to think about whether he's the person who can tackle corruption under his leadership when he's the source of the culture and the leader who drives the culture that sees so much wrongdoing under his watch. If he can't do it, and it's clear that he can't, with a long and growing list of adverse reports into his government, if he can't do it, then the time has come for somebody else inside his government to step forward to see if they can do a better job. What we do know is while Daniel Andrews remains in his position, he can't tackle the corruption that he's allowed under his own leadership, and it will take somebody else inside his government to deal with these serious issues. Let's understand why corruption matters to all Victorians. When a government is corrupt, when it is financially delinquent in this way, misusing taxpayer dollars, it means that it's not focused on hospitals, on schools, on our child protection system, on roads, on energy security for families and businesses around our state. In other words, a Premier whose government is mired in corruption cannot govern properly for Victorians. And so, I say to Premier Daniel Andrews, the time has come for him to seriously think about his position and whether he can actually tackle these serious issues when he has been and is the problem. He can't be the answer at the same time.